Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be changing the sprocket on this go-kart. Changing the sprocket on your go-kart is probably one of the most important things you can do in go-karting. Gear ratio plays an important role on determining how fast or slow your go-kart will go, also on how much torque on the low end and the high end you have. So with this sprocket right now, this is quite a small sprocket, you've got quite high top speed reaching around 50 or so miles an hour. And I want to put on this larger sprocket. By installing the larger sprocket, we'll be increasing our low end torque, but also decreasing our high end speed.
The tools you will need for this project is an impact drill, a set of Allen keys, a pair of pliers, some sockets or wrenches, and obviously the sprocket itself. So guys, the first thing you'll want to do is to jack up your go-kart, make sure it's nice and stable, and then you're good to go. Once your go-kart's jacked up, go ahead and find and break your master link. Be sure to put this somewhere safe, as we'll be needing it later. Now you can go ahead and remove the chain. Please bear in mind, this is a fiddly process. So what I find helps is when you keep the master link on a sprocket rather than having it floating in the air on the rest of the chain. Now then, with the cart jacked up and the chain removed, we can now go ahead and remove the old sprocket. This is done by using your 10mm socket or wrench to undo these 6 bolts which are holding it in place. So guys, take a look at the size difference between these two sprockets. And bear in mind, there's not a huge difference between a 63 tooth and a 72 tooth sprocket. When installing these sprockets, it's very important that you get them the right way around. So as you can see, there's a number of teeth on this sprocket and the standard chain. The standard of the chain is the hashtag 35, and the number of teeth is the 72. And also what you'll see is down here is a line that has to be lined up for them to match. It's very common for people to install a sprocket like this. As you can clearly see, this is incorrect, as there is no line on this side, neither is there writing here, and the distance between these two teeth up here is much smaller than the distance between these two teeth. Running this configuration will cause premature failure of your sprocket, and that's no fun for anyone. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and install it on the go-kart. Once one half is mocked up, then you want to go ahead and find the notch on that half of your sprocket. And then you want to locate the notch on the other half of your sprocket. And then it's just as simple as go ahead and install the other half of your sprocket, making sure that the notches are aligned. Now then guys, with your new sprocket successfully installed, what you want to do is you will want to find a chain to install on your go-kart so you can actually drive. So what you guys might have discovered by now is that your old chain will simply be too short to fit around your new larger sprocket. So guys, to solve this problem, I'm going to be going ahead and cutting a brand new chain, although it is possible sometimes to add links to your old chain. I will be showing you how to cut a brand new chain, because that's what I'm going to be going with on my go-kart. So guys, I've grabbed myself a new length of chain, and I've loosened up the engine. As you guys will see now, obviously, the chain is still far too long for what we need. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is to make sure that all the links are resting comfortably on teeth of their own. So I'm going to do this by moving the engine forwards and backwards until I find the right configuration. Okay guys, so as you can clearly see, I've decided on my configuration and I have marked out my chain link. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop that into my cheap Amazon chain cutter, and we're going to go ahead and split this link. Bear in mind, this only applies to upscaling sprockets. If you were to downscale a sprocket, you can sometimes get away with just moving your engine, but 90% of the time you'll have to cut down your chain to a shorter length to then go around the smaller sprocket. So guys, as the final step, we now just want to put on the master link, making sure that the fat end of the master link is facing the direction of rotation. Note that the fat end is rotating with the wheel.
like so.
Now then guys, as a final check, just make sure that the wheel turns nicely and freely, just like so.
So guys, that's just about it for this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and happy ripping. It's not going to be the same for all go-karts, but it gives you the general idea on how to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching. See ya.